The Skybet Handicap, a mile and a half, 0 to 110 will be my final race of the day. Final race here at York on day one of the Eagle meeting. Paul will do the last three of the day from Windsor. Solid Foundations is at the top of Vinnie Gerard, outside Frankie, David Robertson, overbearing Daniel French, Sweet Eyes, Paul Parsons, Meshfrey Ryan, Dan Hughes, Bright Moon, Paul Parsons, and Night King, Dan Hughes. So quite a lot of doubling up in this race, it would seem, for a small field. And then away and racing. Actually, there's only two of them doubled up, isn't there? And who's going to be the one to take them on? Who's going to get that all-important inside berth? This does seem to be pretty important today. And Night King is trying to get there for Dan Hughes, with the Paul Parsons pair are holding off the Dan Hughes pair at the moment. And it's Night King who does finally get to that right in the lead. So Night King is in front by 2.5 lengths, then to Solid Foundations on the outside has moved up into a share of second with Sweet Eyes. In between those two, we've got Meshfrey Ryan and Overbearing. Then Bright Moon is on the inside, and just the back marker at the moment is outside Frankie. But with the exception of the leader, they're quite closely grouped, but the leader's 2 to 3 clear as they race into the final mile. Night King leading by a good 3 lengths, then to Sweet Eyes in second. Then the second of the 3 greys is in third. That's Meshfrey Ryan. That was outside, now is outside Frankie. Solid Foundations is the one widest on the track. In between them, Overbearing. The one who's dropped to the back is now Bright Moon, but Night King is still the leader and leading by a good 3 lengths to Sweet Eyes, who's back in second, and outside Frankie and Meshfrey. Then Overbearing is next. Solid Foundation just losing a little bit of ground on the turn. Then the back marker Bright Moon is getting closer. They're going to try and go up the inside, but it will get boxed off by his own stablemate, I would think, at the moment, and also being held in by outside Frankie. But it's Night King who's 3 clear at the moment. Stable companion Meshfrey Ryan, though, is now coming through to challenge in second. These two are clear of the Paul Parsons pair. Bright Moon and Sweet Eyes outside Frankie is next, and then Overbearing. Solid Foundations at the back. 3.5 to go, and Night King kicks on again. Meshfrey Ryan is back in second. Bright Moon is third. It's the Greys 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Back in fourth is Overbearing. That one's starting to motor, but so to his Solid Foundations, and outside Frankie. Sweet Eyes is the one who's probably beaten, but it's Night King who's in the lead with 2 to go. Night King is still 3 clear of Meshfrey Ryan in second. Overbearing, Solid Foundations, then Bright Moon trying to get into it, but it's still Night King in the lead with a furlong and a half to go, but he's beginning to tire. Night King leads by about 2. Meshfrey Ryan and Solid Foundations are coming inside the final furlong. Then now Night King's holding on, but here comes Solid Foundations on the near side. Night King on the rail, needs the line to come, but Solid Foundations is getting up. Solid Foundations have stolen it from Meshfrey Ryan, who's running into second. Then Overbearing was third, outside Frankie next. Night King dropped right away in the last quarter furlong, and Vinnie Gerard picks up another one with Solid Foundations swooping round the outside to take it. Meshfrey Ryan second for Dan Hughes. Overbearing for Daniel French was third. Night King for Dan Hughes again was fourth, and outside Frankie for David Robertson was fifth. That's it for the first day of the Eagle meeting in York. We're back for more tomorrow, and in the meantime I'll pass you over to Paul, who I believe is at Windsor.